Welcome to Mystical Messages. I am Hilary Harley, your podcast host. I am a soul guide and astrologer. Mystical Messages is your podcast gateway to discover and learn about the realm beyond the veil, including all things intuitive, metaphysical, and the healing arts. To learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast, you may find the full written transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. That way, if you hear something and want to re-listen to a forecast or check a date of a cosmic event, you may find it on the written monthly forecast on hilaryharley.com. Today, I am so delighted to bring you my monthly astrology forecast. I will be breaking down the astrology for September 2024. And I cannot even believe we are entering the final 4 months of 2024. This year has absolutely flown. And, it has been extraordinary, which is not an understatement. We keep hearing the words unprecedented, extraordinary, exceptional. And that is the time we are living in. And this month is more of that, not in a bad way. It's nothing to be alarmed about, but life is being underscored, highlighted, italicized, and in bold print. So I have called this forecast Stark Choices because our choices define us and lead us to the place we now find ourselves in. There is no right or wrong. There is only learning on planet Earth, or as people in my line of work say, in Earth school. Increasingly, since the COVID pandemic, we see with greater clarity the stark, contrasting choices that we must make in the pursuit of happiness, peace, or sheer survival. This vivid contrast is markedly underscored at the onset of September. There is no mistaking our distinct options, namely two: love or fear, and the choices that stem from either of these. Powerful Pluto returns to Capricorn on Sunday, September 1st for its final pass in this responsible Earth sign. The planetary bulldozer, Pluto in Capricorn, suffers no fools, accepts no excuses, and draws exact boundaries on the ledger of life. You either did or did not. Pluto in Capricorn allows for no blurry areas or gray zones. It says, you made your choices. Now deal with the consequences. For the next 2.5 months, only those wearing their big boy or big girl pants need apply, because September is as serious as it gets. The new moon in analytical Virgo, the very next day on Monday, September 2nd, takes stock of where we stand and how to most effectively move forward. Our health and well-being are paramount, because if you're not functioning optimally with adequate resources, nothing else really matters. Opposing Saturn in Pisces, the new moon suggests that we control what we can, that we prepare and plan and make sure to have backup plans B, C, and even maybe D too. Then surrender what falls outside of your control. What is surely within our control is self-care. Motivating Mars turns into nurturing Cancer, the crab, on Wednesday, September 4th. The action planet is not really comfortable in this emotional water sign. However, over the next month, Mars draws our attention to family, home, nation, and ancestral heritage. Cancerian energy is the Great Mother. Mars in Cancer moves us to nourish ourselves at a soul level, because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Filling our cups first by tending to the backyard of our lives creates a ripple effect. We model constructive behavior for others and demonstrate how we expect to be treated. When we feel replenished and aligned, we can assist others to do the same. For much of September, Mars challenges the north and south lunar nodes in cardinal signs Aries and Libra, meaning we have choices to make about forging a new path for our self-care, our loved ones, our homes, and our homeland. Notice how family conditioning and programming shapes your conscious decision-making. This may first appear as a call to attention, then followed by a call to action. The more you resist the call, the more urgent it sounds, until it may no longer be ignored. An example might be as obvious as you are what you eat. If you suffer from a skin or digestive ailment, look at what foods and beverages you consume. Another more abstract example might be how you take care of your place of residence, or consider and treat family heirlooms, or participate in elections. Our attitudes and approaches to which stem largely from our upbringing. Helping us assess and catalog our behavior, Messenger Mercury shifts into its own sign of Virgo on Monday, September 9th. Gradually, Mercury aligns helpfully with Mars to target our optimal health and wellness. These two operate hand in glove through mid-month like a well-oiled machine, shaping our work and lifestyle routines and practices into peak form. The tipping point comes at mid-month on the eve of the full moon lunar eclipse on Tuesday, September 17th in Virgo and Pisces. If you did not receive the message at the beginning of the month, this eclipse has your name on it. Surrender and surrender now. With Saturn, Neptune, and the Moon in dreamy Pisces, opposing the Sun and Messenger Mercury in detailed Virgo, we are called to implement our divine inspirations. Dream, followed up by doing. This is the first of count 'em, three eclipses occurring between September 17th and October 17th. As a reminder, eclipses are neither bad nor good, but rather markers of significant events, especially if they connect to or impact your astrology chart. Eclipses operate like doors, opening and closing. Have no concern. Rather, watch how results play out, knowing you can choose whether to get involved in events stirred up by the eclipses. As dreamy Neptune finishes its cycle in its own sign of Pisces, and taskmaster Saturn marks the halfway point through this same sign, they join the moon at the time of the September eclipse. The moon rules our emotions as well as the ocean tides, so it is worth avoiding getting swept away by emotional tides, carried away without rhyme or reason. To counter irrational thoughts or behaviors, ground yourself. The Sun and Messenger Mercury are in earthy Virgo. They remind us to rely on healthy routines and practices such as exercise, mindfulness, and meditation, hobbies, and service to others to ground yourself and keep it real. Wear, hold, or tuck grounding stones into your pockets, such as black obsidian, hematite, or onyx. What is meant to be cleansed and cleared from our lives will be washed away. Conversely, what is intended to stay permanently in our lives now will. Several days later, we head into the fall equinox as the sun turns into Libra on Sunday, September 22nd. We stand at a crossroads trying to read the signs and determine which way to go. Assisting our decision-making, valuable Venus shifts into Scorpio on the very same day. Here, Venus takes no prisoners. Her spidey senses and X-ray vision are sharp and 100% accurate. The planet of love, money, and relationship, Venus knows what's up, whether she's dealing with a player or a truth teller. In this way, Venus offers immense support to the otherwise indecisive Sun and Messenger Mercury, which joins the Sun in Libra on Thursday, September 26th. Scorpio Venus does deep research, then informs Sun Mercury which way to go, and long-term consequences benefiting your own best interests. The caution here may be canvassing every possible opinion or being persuaded too easily by popular consensus rather than hearkening to your own conscience and wisdom. As you approach key junctures, then, reserve quiet time to contemplate your heartfelt desires. Libra energy often forgets and forsakes its own needs and agenda as it rushes to please others. But Libra's purpose is to balance. Balance your needs in equal measure to those around you. The most difficult decisions often involve voting for ourselves first. Doing so, we risk alienating another. However, if we choose conformity, staying on the hamster wheel of tribal conditioning and programming, doing as we always have been told, we face an even greater risk, losing ourselves entirely to long-term, soulful disappointment, resentment, or worse. As Anais Nin quoted, "The day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." From me to you, go forth and blossom. That brings me to the end of this episode of Mystical Messages. I would like to note several things. Look for these three things which are ongoing and upcoming. The three wise women. I join with Kathy Ripley Green and Veronica Drake, two other veteran metaphysical practitioners. We meet the first Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for just $10 a session. You can join us for community, conversation, and connection, and like-minded seekers to ask your wildest woo questions and to learn from each other. So you can look on my website to enroll, hilaryharley.com or Kathy Ripley Green. Both are found. The links to the Three Wise Women were on Instagram and Facebook as well. You can join us through social media as well as our websites. Also, just as a reminder, Mystical Messages features my monthly astrology forecast if you prefer reading. And I'm featuring cutting edge healing arts practitioners as well. So not only do I bring you my monthly astrology forecast, but brand new, people that are out in the world working with global clienteles. I'm so proud and honored to be able to feature these practitioners on the mid-month episodes of Mystical Messages podcast. Zenathon. If you are not tuning in to what Zenathon is, it is coming. So if you're in New England, this September, you definitely want to join me and a host of spectacular speakers on Sunday, September 22nd in Sharon, Massachusetts, for this one-day spiritual retreat featuring inspirational speakers, yoga, and a marketplace with vendors in a beautiful natural setting. So to get your tickets or to learn more, get more information, go to Zenathon, Zenathon, zenathon.org. Really look forward to seeing you. So excited to be one of the featured speakers talking about astrology and what to expect for the rest of 2024 and early 2025. So remember, everybody, to learn more about my work or to book a session with me, please visit hilaryharley.com. If you would like to read my monthly forecast or check dates of planetary events and cycles, you may find the full transcript for all astrology episodes on my website. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening today. Please join me again in 2 weeks when I will bring you another episode of Mystical Messages. I wish you many blessings as you journey forward.